Hello friends, welcome back. I don't know if you can tell in my voice, but I have a head cold and I'm really not feeling the best today, so I almost didn't film, but I was like, I'm gonna get ready anyway for today, so I figured I might as well just go ahead and film. So just ignore my voice. I know I probably sound really nasally and I might sneeze a lot in this video, but I thought I would just film like a shop my stash, and I pulled some products that I have not used in a while, like on camera and also just in real life. There's like a couple of staple products that I always use, like my under eye setting powder and my brows, and of course like my primer. But the rest of the stuff that I'm using today, like I said, I have not used in a long time. But yeah, I am not feeling the best today. I do think I am gonna prime, and I know I used this like just the other day on Thursday's video, I think, when I was showing you guys how I go about prepping my skin before applying my makeup. So if you've been curious about that, because I know I don't really go into like my skincare products that I use, I'll have that video linked above if you missed that video. But I think it's really useful, you know, like sometimes, and just like other beauty YouTubers don't really show maybe the full prep before they do foundation, just because, you know, people want to just know about the makeup. But I'm using the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer, and I had applied my sunscreen and like my face lotion and stuff earlier this morning, so I just feel like I need a bit more extra moisture before applying my makeup. So, and this primer is really good for longevity as well, so it just helps your makeup go on a bit more smooth and helps your foundation to last longer. But yeah, I started getting sick like on Monday actually, and that's when I filmed both of my videos that I posted this week on Tuesday and on Thursday. I was just starting to feel a little off that day, and yeah, and it's weird because I think it was like on Thursday, I thought I was like over it, like I felt normal, but then that night I didn't sleep very well. And then yesterday I was feeling like really kind of crappy, and like today I'm feeling pretty bad. I'm also just going to go ahead and apply my under eye cream, and I'm using the Brighten and Glow eye cream from First Day Beauty. This is one of my favorite under eye creams. The other one that I like to use is this one from Bioma, which I know I just mentioned this in the other video, but this is the D-Puff Brighten Eye Gel. And I know I didn't mention it in that other video, but I have tried some of the Bioma products, and like their moisture rich, I think that's what it's called, cream, that broke me out, so I cannot use that. But it seems like that under eye cream works and doesn't break me out, so I have to be like so careful about my skincare products. For my foundation, I'm using the Revlon Luminance Serum Tint, and it has been quite a while since I have used this. This is the type of product that I like to use in like the drier months of the year, and it's starting to get a bit drier, a bit colder out. I'm using 117, this shade. I don't know if this is going to be a little too light. I might just add a little bit of 209, which is my summer shade in this. So, but yeah, this skin tint is very illuminating. So it's just like one of those products I cannot use in the summer, or I'm gonna look like a grease ball. But in the winter, it's really nice. And I did a video probably, I don't know if it was earlier, I think it was 2024, yeah. So it's been like over a year ago, like where I compared this with the Luminance foundation from Revlon. And honestly, I find them to be very similar. And for some reason, the foundation has like a weird scent to it where this does not. I don't know if the foundation I got was just like maybe expired or something, but I prefer this serum tint over the foundation. And if I remember right from that video where I compared the two, I felt like this one had maybe even a little bit more coverage, which is funny because this is supposed to be the skin tint one and the other one is the foundation. But yeah, if you like a really glowy foundation, this is very nice. And from what I remember, it lasts pretty good. The day that I'm posting this video is the day of my first craft fair. So I'm filming this like a week before. So I have like a week until my craft fair, but whenever you guys see this, it will be the day of my craft fair. And if this is the first time that you're hearing about this, like I am starting to sell my tie-dye like sweatshirts and t-shirts. Like this sweatshirt that I currently have on, I made. I haven't quite decided when I'm gonna start selling things online, but if you live locally and you're seeing this video before the craft fair, like, you know, you're more than welcome to come. I would love to meet any of you guys. I said that in last Saturday's video, but I think it would just be so awesome if some of you guys came. I would love to meet you guys. And I know probably not most of you guys live locally and can come. But yeah, I will definitely keep you guys posted on when I open my online store. I just haven't decided how I'm going to go about all of that, if I want to sell on Etsy or what I want to do. But I will also link down below. I am going to have an Instagram for my tie-dye business. So on that Instagram, I will post like when I'm at local craft fairs and like where they're located and all of that. And I'll just keep you guys up to date on when I'm going to start selling online. So be sure, if you're interested in possibly purchasing any of my tie-dye stuff or going to any of my craft fairs, go follow that Instagram account. I will have it linked down below. I'll just link all of my Instagrams down below if you want to follow. Okay, then a couple of concealers that I pulled that I haven't used in a minute, and I feel like this one concealer, I always pull it for a Shop My Stash. I just don't tend to use this one day to day. But the Natasha Denona High Glam, pulled this one, and then the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. I like to use this one to kind of like brighten the under eye area, and I figured today, since I'm not really feeling my best, I feel like my under eye circles are looking a little, I don't know, a little dark. I'm just going to go in with this Tarte Glow Wand, and this is in the shade Alight. It's just kind of like a highlighting concealer. It's just kind of like illuminating. So I find that it does help with darker under eye circles and just to brighten that area. But yeah, I do a pretty good job of rotating my concealers in my collection. I mean, I have like a decent amount, but it's not really that many. So I usually rotate them pretty often. But the Natasha Denona High Glam, like I just don't use it as much. I think, I'm not really even for sure the reason why, because I do like it, but I think maybe it's just like a little darker than some of my other concealers, so. But like, as you can see with that Tarte Glow Wand, like it just kind of adds a little bit of luminosity to the under eye area there. And then I'm just going to go in with a Natasha Denona High Glam. Just do a few dots of this. But how have you guys been doing this week? Are any of you guys fighting like a sickness or anything? Are you doing good? Like normally I rarely get sick. So it's just so crazy that, you know, I'm basically working from home now and I got sick. It's like, did I catch this when I went up to visit my friend Abby and Indy? But like my parents have been sick. So I honestly think that like I caught this from them. So I think they're getting a little bit better. I know my mom is back to normal, but I think my dad is kind of sick right now, so I probably caught it from them, to be honest, but like I can't even tell you the last time that I've been sick. The setting powder that I pulled that I have not used in a while is the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. This is their loose setting powder, and this is in the shade Light. It's like maybe I shouldn't have pulled this one since that Revlon Luminance Serum Tint is already pretty glowy, but I did want to give this e.l.f. Halo Glow powder like another try, because I just, for whatever reason, I just don't tend to use this. I think it's because it's like a loose setting powder, and I don't really reach for loose setting powders to set all over the face. Most of the times I'll use loose setting powders to set the under eyes, or like my Maybelline Fit Me to like set my T-zone to like mattify it, which I might end up doing that with this powder just because it is really illuminating. I mean, it is really pretty. So like if you have really dull looking skin, or your skin has a tendency to be a bit more dry, I think this is a gorgeous powder. Like look at how illuminating that is with that serum tint from Revlon. It's really pretty. But I probably will mattify my T-zone with some more matte powder. I don't know. I might end up using the L'Oreal Infallible Blurfection to set my T-zone. I am going to use this to set the under eye. I do always like to keep my under eyes looking kind of matte. Not like a dry matte, but I just find that that helps to minimize fine lines and also just conceal like the darkness on my under eye circles. But I just got some of that powder on my makeup sponge, my damp makeup sponge to set. And I'm going to get a bit more of this L'Oreal powder. This is also the shade in Translucent, and I'm going to set like my T-zone just so that's not overly glowy. Off camera, I just went ahead and filled in my brows with my Maybelline Build-A-Brow in shade Ash Brown, and I'm just priming my eyelids with my Milani eyeshadow primer. Just blending that out all over my eyelids. And I was looking through my eyeshadow palettes, and I mean, I do have like a few that I could have featured in this video that I haven't used lately. But this palette here, the Revolution Beauty, this is their Maxi Reloaded palette in, yeah, I guess this one is just called, oh, Ultimate Nudes. That's what this one is called. And I think like I've only used this twice ever. So I definitely need to use this more. I think I just don't use it as much because this palette is so big. That's always like the downfall with larger palettes, and me and probably a lot of other people, is it's just, for whatever reason, like they're just not as convenient as like your smaller palettes. So I'm going to use this today, and trying to figure out my brushes. I need to like wash my makeup brushes, so I feel like a lot of them are dirty right now. And I'm debating like what shades I want to use today. I think I might actually try to go in with this shade in the crease. I don't know if it's going to be too dark for like a crease shade, but you know, let's try to use that one. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. Ugh, it's like the worst feeling to feel like you need to sneeze and you can't. Okay, I am gonna go in with that shade. Gosh, it's like one of those things where I didn't realize how terrible I felt today until I started filming this video, to be honest. So I'm just blending that here in the crease. And this shade is definitely not too dark for a crease shade as long as you go in with it lightly. And I'm just getting some more of that shade on the Sigma Pencil E30, and I'm going to blend this here on the lower lash line. And I'm going to grab some of this darkest shade here in this corner, and I'm going to stamp and blend this here in the outer V. This is also the Sigma E25 blending It's just like an older brush that I've had forever. So I feel like the bristles on this one are like a little bit more like splayed out. And I just found it to be a bit more diffusing to blend out colors in the outer V than like that other E25 blending brush that I have that's newer. The bristles are not as splayed out. So I find that like when I blend in the outer V with the other brush, like, I mean, it still looks nice, but it's not as, like, I have to blend a little bit more to get it completely blended. So this is just like a favorite brush for blending in the outer V because it's just like old and worn in. So I'm going back with the other brush and just blending around the edge, nothing added to it. And then I got some of that dark shade on the pencil E30, and I'm also just blending that here on the lower lash line. Then for my brow bone highlights, I'm going to use this shade here, this light cream. And I'm just blending that with the e.l.f. defining eye brush. It's like, to be honest, I don't even remember which of these colors I used on my lid previously when I used this palette. But I'm thinking of using this shade here. I'll have to go back and look at that video and see if I used the same shade. Kind of tapping the brush off. And I'm using this shader brush that I got out of an Amazon brush set. It's that brush set that I mention all the time here on my channel, so I'll have it linked down below. It's a really amazing brush set that's super affordable. So I'm just patting that on the lid like that. And I'm going to flip the brush over and grab some of this shade. It's like the darkest shimmery color in this palette. And I'm going to blend that shade and the gold together to just kind of blend into that outer V color. Okay, and then I'm gonna take some of the shade here and I'm gonna pop that here in the inner corner of my eye. And I know that this next product I'm gonna use is discontinued. I'll try to link something similar down below, but I'm just using the Benefit Duo Highbrow and the shade in Pink Linen, and I'm gonna put it here. Oh, I feel like I got some shadow in my eye. But I just want to use a little bit of this pencil in my waterline just to kind of like brighten up my eyes a little bit more. Just because since I'm like not really feeling my best, it's also like a tutorial on how to look like better when you're not feeling good. Okay, like see, I feel like that just made my eyes look a little bit brighter. And I might just add a little bit more of this darker color in the outer V. Yeah, just wanted a little bit more contrast out here. It's like I want to use a slightly warmer shade in my crease. So I'm going to take some of this color down here, just using it on that blending brush, and I'm going to brush that color here like on the front part of my crease right here, just to kind of warm that area up a little bit. So I really like the way that the eyes turned out. Like honestly, I do really enjoy this Revolution palette. It's just, like I said, it's kind of big, so I just don't tend to reach for it. But I do, every time I've used it, I love the eye look. All right, I pulled the Physicians Formula, the Butter Dream Team palette, face palette. And this is also another thing that I haven't used very much. And I know the reason why I don't reach for this a lot is just because the shades in this are kind of dark for me. And this might be a mistake using it today since I'm not like my most tan. But I just wanted to pull this out and use it. So I'm going to go in with this blush right here, which I think is in Saucy Mauve. Does it even say? Yeah. Yeah, this is in the shade Saucy Mauve, the blush. I do really like the packaging on this palette. I think it's so cute and beachy, and I really like that about it. But like, as you can see, like that blush is really pigmented. It's got like a little bit of a sheen in it. But yeah, I'm just using this Morphe M241 to blend out this blush. And then I'm going to go in with my bronzer. And I'm just going to use this is in deep bronzer, I think, right? Butter bronzer. No, this is the shade in bronzer here, but I feel like this is deeper than like my regular one in bronzer. Maybe it's not, I don't know. Okay, I don't know, maybe it's not as dark as I thought it was. And I'm just using my Sigma F30 to blend this out. Okay, yeah. I do really like this palette. I love the colors in this. I do need to use this more. I don't know why I was thinking that the shades were just like a little dark for me, but they're really not. And the Physicians Butter Bronzer is like one of my all-time favorite bronzers, so. I just feel like I need to blend this blush out just a little bit more, so. Okay, and then the highlight in this, which is the shade here, is in the color Champagne, which is a really like golden color. It's not really champagne, it's more of like a gold. And this one is kind of a darker color, so I have to be a little bit careful. It's really intense, but I do think it's going to pair well with like the eyeshadow, because I have like that gold going on. Yeah, that's really pretty. Actually, it doesn't look bad. It's not too dark. And I'm going to take a little bit more and just put it here on my nose. So yeah, I definitely need to bust that palette out more. The colors are so pretty in that. Like, I feel like a bronze goddess after using that. Okay, and I'm just gonna mist my face before I do like my lashes and lips, or lips and lashes. And I'm gonna use the LA Girl setting spray. It's been a minute since I've used this one, because I tend to just use the Scandinavia. Or like that L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist if I want something that's not going to add any glow to the look. But we're a bit glowy today. So I'm just going to let that dry down and then come back and figure out what to use on the lips. Okay, so while I was fixing my hair, and I also did my mascara off camera, I just used the Revlon Color Stay Full-Time Mascara just on my upper. I didn't put any mascara on my lower. But I was thinking about like what lip I wanted to wear today with this look. And I don't know that I've ever shown this lip on camera. Like, I bought this a while ago. I'm like, maybe I did and I just forgot that I showed it on camera. But this is one of the Dior lip glows, and this is like a newer shade, but this is in the color Blackberry. And it's a bit more of like a cool toned, like berry color. Which honestly, I don't know if I have it over here with my lipsticks. It might be in my purse somewhere. But I think that this shade in Blackberry and the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Balm in Ecstatic are pretty similar to the same color. I do think that this Dior in Blackberry might be like a little bit more pigmented. But if you're looking for a cheaper alternative, the e.l.f. one is very similar in color. Let me see if I can find the e.l.f. one and compare them because it's in my purse somewhere. It's like I literally pulled everything out of my purse and it was like in the very bottom. Okay, yeah, they are slightly a little bit different swatched. So this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Lip Core, and then this is the color Blackberry. But yeah, it's just like a really dark brownish, like cool tone brownish color. And honestly, I might go in with like a lip liner and sharpen up the edge, like maybe this color as is. I don't know. It's like I need sort of like a coolish tone lip liner. I might go in with Gone Greige. Yeah, I'm gonna use Gone Greige from Maybelline. It's like if you want the lip line to not look as prominent, if you go in on top of the lip product that you're using, it'll look like a little bit more blended. Which this, I just feel like I got outside my lip line a little too much. Okay, yeah, I think maybe this lip color would have looked even better with that Maybelline blush in Plum that I've been using a lot. But I know that several of you guys like it when I talk about some more like cool toned makeup products just because people don't really talk about them quite as much. But I think this is a great cool toned lip combo. But this is the final look. I feel like my hair is a little bit crazy. I think it turned out really beautiful. And at least I don't look like I'm sick, even though I sound and feel a little bit sick. But if any of you guys make it out today to my craft fair, thank you so much. I look forward to meeting any of you guys that live locally that want to swing by and just say hi and possibly like purchase a shirt and support me. It would mean so much to me. But if you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you enjoy Shop Mustache videos, give this a thumbs up, and I will see you all in Tuesday's video. At least hopefully. Hopefully I get over whatever sickness I have, and I'll be back full force next week. But I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.